It began as a simple everyday errand. A trip to the Lidl branch in Bicester to purchase the tall bladeless tower fan. A practical solution to keep the air moving. But what should have been a straightforward transaction soon unraveled into a frustrating ordeal of ignored communications, broken consumer laws, and ultimately, a serious safety hazard. The first signs of trouble appeared the moment the box was opened. It became immediately apparent that this device was not new. The power cable, which should have been tightly bound by the manufacturer, lay loose. The protective polythene bag meant to encase the fan was merely stuffed haphazardly into the cardboard box. Upon closer inspection, the fan itself bore scuff marks, and the rubber buttons on the remote control were visibly dirty. This was a second-hand item sold as brand new. Seeking a fair and reasonable resolution, an email was sent to Lidl's customer care on the 19th of July offering them the opportunity to explain and rectify the situation. 4 days passed in absolute silence. A follow-up email was sent on the 23rd of July. To this day that silence remains unbroken. Customer care, it seemed, was entirely absent. Despite the initial disappointment, the fan was put to use. It was, after all, bought for a reason. However, it quickly proved unreliable, developing an intermittent fault. It would unexpectedly switch itself off occasionally, displaying error codes on its panel. After 8 days of this erratic behavior, it was time to return the faulty appliance. At the Bicester branch, the manager was informed of the intermittent fault, specifically, that the unit would cut out after half an hour or more of operation. The manager's response was to plug it in right there on the shop floor. Because the fan powered on immediately, completely ignoring the definition of intermittent and the fact that the fault required time, perhaps internal heat, to manifest, he refused a refund. Instead, he instructed that all further contact must be directed to customer services at head office. This refusal brings us to a crucial point of law. Under the UK Consumer Rights Act 2015, a consumer's legal contract is with the retailer, not the manufacturer, or a distant head office. If a product is faulty within the first 30 days, the shopper is legally entitled to a full refund directly from the shop. Store staff cannot legally turn a customer away or pass the buck. The responsibility lies entirely with the physical branch that took the money. In refusing to deal with the problem, the manager was acting outside the law. Turned away and forced to keep the defective fan, the situation escalated from a mere inconvenience to a genuine danger. A few days later, while running it in my office, the fan randomly stopped once again. Fortunately, a quick glance over to check for an error code revealed something far worse. Smoke was billowing from the unit. The power was instantly cut. Windows were thrown open, and the room was monitored closely to ensure a fire did not break out. Had that spark ignited unattended, Lidl could be facing a massive claim for fire damage. This entire experience is a cascading series of failures. Selling a used product as new is illegal. Operating a customer care department that completely ignores its customers is disgraceful. But employing a manager who flouts UK consumer law, refusing to resolve an issue that ultimately led to a smoking, dangerous electrical fault, is entirely unacceptable. 2 laws were broken in this timeline of events. It stands as a stark warning. Lidl must urgently get their act together, educate their management, and ensure they comply with consumer rights, before their negligence results in a catastrophic outcome.
Head over to dr1.uk, subscribe on YouTube, and follow on TikTok.